Okay, we are leaving the Alderbrook Resort. It was a wonderful place to stay. A little pricey, $250 per foot plus resort fee, so about $100 per night. But you get use of all of their stuff. They have water sports, they have the indoor pool, they have the hiking trails, so that's great. I don't think we mentioned yesterday, that is the Lady Alderbrook that's owned by the resort, and you can rent it for the low price of $2,500 for 2 hours. This will include dinner for 80 people. So I guess it would be like a fun, I don't know if you got married here, maybe have your reception on the Lady Alderbrook, and they do a like sunset cruise and all that stuff. So yeah, it was a great place to stay. So I think we'll probably stay here again in the future with the kids, and I'm sure they would really enjoy a lot of the amenities they have here. But it's another beautiful day on the Hood Canal. We have about 100 nautical miles to cover today to get back to where we started from. Haven't quite decided yet. We are going between possibly staying at a marina in Seattle or anchoring out. We'll have to decide what we want to do. So we just left the fuel dock right here. Very nice guy, full service, pumped our gas for us and everything. So we were full on our gas when we left Port Ludlow yesterday, and it was about a 50-mile jaunt down to the Alderbrook Resort. We did go full throttle a good portion of the way, so we of course burns a lot of gas. We just filled up and the fuel bill was $325. So it makes more and more sense all the time why you see so many sailboats in this area, because you pay a dear price when you want to get somewhere fast. If you go full throttle on a 300 horsepower engine with a heavy boat, you will, $325 to go 50 miles ain't cheap. So I don't know, maybe when we retire we'll get one of those sailing catamarans or something. So
or you can discipline yourself to go slow, because the boat will get like 3 miles an hour, which in boat
Okay.
world is actually not bad.
Okay.
But you gotta discipline yourself to go slow.
Mike says, discipline yourself to go slow. And like yesterday, it was like we knew we were coming to this resort that had a, pretty hefty marina bill, mostly because it's a resort and you're paying for the amenities at the resort. So, I mean, if we would have gone slow and we didn't get there till 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., then the price of the stay is not really worth it either, because then you didn't get to use the hiking trails or the other amenities. So I don't know, everything with boating, usually when you'd go to a place like that, it's probably better to plan a few days at the place so that you get full use of the facilities and amenities. Yeah, so when people ask, what's the most expensive part about boating? Well, everything's expensive about boating. The gas, the maintenance. As they say, BOAT stands for bust out another 1,000.
Headed up to Hood Canal and headed toward our next anchorage. Connie just mentioned about how expensive the fuel cost can be. This is the most economical way to run this boat. That little 9.9 horsepower is connected to the autopilot. It sips fuel pretty good. Got to be patient. You're going sailboat speed, but it gets the job done if you got the time. Saves a lot of money. Nice day out here today.
So we're just here and something, oh, there it is. It's eating something, obviously, and slapping it around. I think it's a seal. Eating a fish, I guess. And he's slapping it around. I don't know what the heck he has. Oh, yeah, it's a fish, huh?
Wow.
And he's just slapping it around. It's really cool the stuff you can catch up here. When you're paying. I don't know, it's pretty big. It must maybe a salmon? What in the world? What is that? No, it's not a fish. What is it? Yeah, it looks like it's an animal. He probably doesn't like that we're disturbing his lunch. Keeps on letting it go and then getting it and I don't know, pretty cool. Yeah, some sort of animal he has.
I think it's a fish.
No, it's an animal. I wish he'd come back up with it because he had it up for a second.
Alright, just untethered the dinghy from the boat. Alright, I gotta take the dog to shore. This is the other reason why we got a dinghy like this. We always gotta take the dog potty, you know, so anyway. Away we go, rough water. We go bad, I know. Gotta go potty roughly? Yeah, I gotta go potty. Alright, we're headed there. Pretty mountain right there. Forget the name of that one. This is the part where you gotta have your timing right. You gotta lift that motor before you ground it out. Dog's probably gonna jump out. before we're even there. It's usually what he does. There we go, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, just wait a minute, buddy. Wait a minute. These are oysters, real sharp on the boat. Probably sharp on his paws too. That's why I wanted to get off and kind of walk it up. I don't want to drag. Look at all them oysters. Holy smokes. All right, so I guess every boat's gonna get a scratch. First time for everything. I'm sure I got a scratch there. Come on, go potty. Go potty. Pretty day here on the Hood Canal. Connie's just motoring, just kind of holding position out there. We don't have the anchor down or anything, just maintaining position. Kind of slack tide right now, I think, so there's not much current. Come on, Ruff. There he goes. Mission accomplished. Usually he does number 2 and then he dinks around until he does number 1, so it's usually a few minute wait. Look at these. I wonder, I guess you can eat these oysters, I don't know. My luck, I try to eat one and get food poisoning. It's this is a problem with dinghies that have a rubber bottom, like an inflatable bottom, is it wreaks havoc on your, obviously you can puncture very easily. That boat has like a fiberglass plastic sort of bottom, so it's a little bit more resilient, but still gonna be careful. There we go. Okay, good. 2 and 1 have been accomplished. I'll spare you all the cleanup. Nobody wants to see that. I'll see you back out on the day. All right. Mission accomplished. Hoop's been picked up. Doggy's on the boat. Let's hope this thing starts because I don't want to row. There we go. All right, back to the boat we go. Go pretty quick. Let's see. There we go, roughly. Alright. Okay. Cruising up the Hood Canal here. Connie went down to take a nap. There's something about napping on a boat that's underway. It really is soothing. Anyway, so my dog decided to take a nap too. He took up the whole seat. So I'm just here standing, watching the scenery go by.
I'm not gonna lie, taking a nap while underway is one of my favorite things. It's so peaceful to hear the water, and it's so cool and cozy inside the cabin here. It's really nice. There's nothing better than a boat nap.
There's the naval base on the Hood Canal. Big boats over there with machine guns on there, patrolling.
Alright, so we're going under the Hood Canal Bridge. It's pretty long bridge. Makes lots of noise when the cars drive over it. Rough looking boat ramp there. Yeah. What does the Hood Canal connect, Mike? You know? We'll have to look that up. There's a Holland America cruise ship on its way to Juneau, Alaska. Seems like it might still be a little bit cold up in Alaska, but I guess this is the time of year that they start the Alaskan cruises. Last year when we were here, we saw lots and lots of cruise ships leaving Seattle. So, yeah. It's a little bit of a rough day out. We weren't expecting this wind, but you know, that's what happens. The weather can change quickly, and your nice calm ride can come a nice bumpy sporty ride. So here is another cruise ship we're passing by. Just left Seattle on its way to Alaska. This is a Princess Cruise Line. And then coming up here, can't really see it yet. There it is. It is a Norwegian cruise ship that also just left Seattle on its way to Alaska. So big cruise ship day, I guess. Maybe I'll go jump on instead of going back to work this week. Here we got the Wuzhou Hai going to Zhoushan, China. It's a very busy ship day in the area, I suppose because it's Sunday, the beginning of the week. Yeah, another big container ship. We've passed by quite a few. It's always fun to see all these big ships go by.
All right, finally made it back to Des Moines Marina. Yeah, crossed our wake, as they say. Ranger dock. And we were gonna go out and anchor tonight at an anchorage close by, but it just didn't work out timing wise. We got into some weather and kind of slowed us down. A lot of wind waves in the Hood Canal north part. So anyway, we just decided to come back to Ranger's dock, and we'll be lift out tomorrow and headed home on the highway. And for dinner, it's charcuterie board and grilled chicken. Think, Ruffler, did you have a rough day? He wasn't a big fan of all the wind waves we got into in the Hood Canal today. He's not a boat dog. He was kind of scared.